Quick, easy, accurate. The personal hooper makes your hooping worries disappear. We are quick, easy, and accurate. The perfect hooper family of embroidery hooping systems was invented and perfected by Ruth Guenther for use in her own award-winning embroidery operation, Letter Perfect Embroidery in Racine, Wisconsin. Ruth, a recognized expert in the commercial embroidery industry, is in constant demand for speaking engagements for numerous conventions and seminars. Ruth is also a highly regarded author and frequent contributor of how-to articles for several industry trade publications.
Hi, I'm Ruth Guenther, president of Letter Perfect Embroidery. I've always loved to sew. In 1982, I purchased my first computerized embroidery machine and began doing commercial embroidery. Years of experience has taught me that hooping is a very critical part of the embroidery process. Utilizing the precise hooping techniques presented in this video, your embroidery designs will be hooped correctly each and every time. I invented the personal hooper to achieve the high quality standards I set for my own embroidery shop. We created this video to provide you with a bird's eye view of how I use the personal hooper to hoop everything from golf shirts to sweatshirts to quilt squares to baby clothes, almost anything you can imagine. I also included many hooping tips that will make your job easier. So, have fun viewing this video and enjoy!
As a trained tailor, she is very conscious of how garments fit and drape both on the wearer and on the personal hooper. Her goal was to invent a hooping system which duplicated the human form for framing embroidery. It was only through duplicating the human form that perfect hooping could take place. The secret of quick, easy, accurate hooping is in the shoulder form. As we examine the shoulder form of the personal hooper, notice that it has three distinct features. First, the form is contoured forward. Take a moment and feel the back of your neck. Notice how your neck angles forward as it goes up. The angle at the back of the neck form on the personal hooper matches the natural slant of the human form. The second critical component of the shoulder form is the gentle sloping of the shoulders. Again, this gentle sloping matches the slope of the human form. Third, the thickness of the shoulder form gives the garment a three-dimensional shape, simulating how a garment would drape on the human body. As we drape a golf shirt over the shoulder form, you can see how the shirt conforms to the shape of the form. These three components of the angled shoulder form, the contouring forward, the gentle sloping of the shoulders, and the thickness of the shoulder form allow the garment to drape over the workboard in its natural wearing position. These features all combine to eliminate the need to measure and mark each garment, a great time-saving feature. Another feature of the personal hooper is the multiple hole pattern on the surface of the workboard. This allows for easy placement of hoop-holding accessories. As an experienced embroiderer, Ruth knew that various hoop placements were needed to accommodate various garment sizes and designs. The hole pattern was developed to meet this need. There are approximately 400 holes on the workboard surface. You won't use all of the holes, but they're designed to be used with several different embroidery machine hoops and hoop-holding accessories. And, as you'll see later on in this video, these holes act as great horizontal points of reference for consistently positioning items that are to be hooped. Before we begin hooping, there are some important details we need to cover. We'll begin by setting up the personal hooper to hoop garments. But first, a hooping tip.
Because outer hoops have a natural tendency to self-close when the inner hoop is removed, we have supplied anti-close springs as part of this package. we'll show you how to install a spring on your hoop. Loosen the set screw until one side of the hoop releases. Position the spring over the end of the screw. Reattach the screw to the second side of the hoop. Having the spring attached to the hoop will make it easier to insert the inner hoop.
Spread out the provided mat on the surface of a sturdy table. Place the personal hooper upright on the mat and insert the large end of the support piece into the slot on the side of the unit that has two separated surfaces. Tilt the unit down onto the mat into what we will refer to as the first or upright position. Next, we will attach the hoop holding accessory furnished with the personal hooper. First, we must determine the placement of your embroidery. There are no set rules on the exact placement of embroidery. Placement is usually determined by the embroiderer based on the design being embroidered, the size of the garment, and individual preference. The following steps will enable you to accurately position your embroidery on a number of items. 1. Prepare an embroidered sample on a fabric that is similar in color to the garment that is to be embroidered. 2. Carefully cut out the design and attach it with tape to the shirt or other item in the desired position. 3. Remove the shirt from the wearer and drape it on the personal hooper. Use a pin to find the center of the design and gently poke through the design, being careful not to damage the work surface. Mark the work surface with a pencil at the approximate point where the pin touches the surface. Remove the shirt. 4. Center the sewing area of the hoop as close as possible to this mark. Attach the hoop holding accessory using the screws and wing nuts provided. Hand tighten the wing nuts. Make a record of this position for similar sized garments. Remember that different sized garments may require different hoop placements. Now, we are almost ready to hoop a garment. Let's start with the golf shirt. This embroidery requires a backing. Let's examine the three methods of backing used when hooping on the personal hooper. Our first method is using a piece of cutaway or tearaway backing and hooping the garment with the backing. Our second method is hooping a cutaway or tearaway backing and using an embroidery spray adhesive to attach the garment to the backing. Our third, the method preferred for many applications, is hooping a piece of cutaway or tearaway self-adhesive backing, removing the release paper, and attaching the item to the backing. Many items also require a topping. Adding a topping will improve the quality of small lettering and details on knit or napped items. The topping keeps the embroidery on the surface of the fabric. Water-soluble topping can be easily removed by steaming when the embroidery is complete. Plastic toppings, which are used on 100% cotton items, can be removed with a hot iron. Now, here's another important hooping tip.
The hooping process works best when the hoops are properly pre-tensioned. To pre-tension a hoop, it is necessary to pre-hoop the backing, the fabric, and the topping together. Now, tighten the set screw finger tight. Then release the inner hoop without changing the position of the set screw. You are now ready to begin.
Attach your outer hoop to the hoop holding accessory on the workboard as illustrated in the accessories instruction manual. Backing is required, so attach a piece of double-sided stick tape above the hoop and attach the backing to the tape. Now something just for you. The personal hooper allows for unobstructed placement of the garment on the workboard. Drape the shirt over the workboard, almost like dressing a child. Using both hands, give the shirt a downward tug at the lower portion of the garment. This tug positions the shirt on the personal hooper into its natural wearing position. Allow the garment to relax. Now for a couple of critical hooping tips.
When your garment is on the workboard tugged into position, the shoulder seams may not line up evenly with the shoulder form. Don't panic. The seams on our shoulders don't always line up evenly either. This garment is now in the correct position for hooping. Readjusting the shoulder or side seams of the garment will cause incorrect orientation of the embroidery.
Smooth the fabric over the area to be hooped without changing the position of the garment. Insert the inner hoop.
We have found it's always best to insert the lower portion of the hoop first. Gradually press in the upper portion to secure the inner hoop in place.
Remove the hooped garment from the workboard. Recess the inner hoop slightly by applying gentle pressure to the inner hoop, causing a slight offset from the outer hoop. This process creates greater fabric tension for more precise embroidery. Your garment is now ready for stitching. Wasn't that easy? Now let's do a sweatshirt. Place the outer hoop in the hoop-holding accessory on the workboard. Backing is also required for sweatshirts, so attach double-sided stick tape above the hoop and attach the backing to the tape. Then drape the sweatshirt over the workboard. Remember, it's just like dressing a child. Using both hands, give the sweatshirt a downward tug at the lower front. This tug positions the sweatshirt on the personal hooper in its natural wearing position. Allow the garment to relax. As it was with the golf shirt, when your sweatshirt is on the workboard tugged into position, the shoulder seams may not line up evenly with the shoulder form. Adjusting the shoulder or side seams of the sweatshirt may cause crooked embroidery. The sweatshirt is now in the correct position for hooping. Once again, smooth the fabric over the area to be hooped without changing the position of the garment. Insert the inner hoop from the bottom to top as we did before. Remove the hooped sweatshirt from the workboard and recess the inner hoop slightly. Your sweatshirt is now ready for embroidery. Next, we're going to move on to hooping a jacket front. There are some unique circumstances associated with the hooping of a jacket, and we will cover these within this section. Let's begin with a couple more hooping tips.
Always, always, always hoop jackets and other garments zipped, snapped, or buttoned. This allows them to drape into their natural wearing position. The position of the embroidery on outerwear is generally slightly lower than on shirts or sweatshirts. Larger garment sizes are another consideration for lowering the embroidery position.
Place the outer hoop in the hoop-holding accessory on the workboard. Backing is required, so attach one piece of double-sided stick tape above the hoop and attach a piece of cutaway backing to the tape. Drape the jacket over the workboard. Using both hands, give the jacket a downward tug at the lower front portion of the garment. Allow the garment to relax. Remember, seams may not line up with the shoulder form, and moving the garment may cause crooked embroidery, so leave it alone. The jacket is now in the correct position for hooping. Smooth the jacket surface in the area to be hooped without changing its position on the work surface. Insert the inner hoop from the bottom to top, just like before. Release the hoop jacket away from the workboard. Your jacket is now ready for embroidery. You've now seen how to hoop a variety of garments on the personal hooper in the first position, the upright position. Now, let's lower the work surface so we can hoop towels, napkins, and quilt squares. In this position, the personal hooper is more conveniently angled to hoop flat items. Begin by removing the support piece and turn it around so its narrow end inserts into the slot. Lower the personal hooper back onto the table. Let's begin by hooping a looped towel. First, find the center of the towel by folding it in half and mark the fold. Set the towel aside. Place the hoop-holding accessory on the work surface as instructed in the accessory's instruction manual. Since the towel is woven, it requires very little in the way of backing. For this demonstration, we will use a tearaway backing. Position the backing over the hoop and place the towel over the backing. Match the center mark of the towel to the center groove of the work surface, using the holes as a guide for correct horizontal positioning. Towels, because of their nap, also require a topping. We'll use shrinkable plastic. Place the plastic over the area to be embroidered. insert the inner hoop. Carefully remove the hooped towel from the work surface. Your towel is now ready for embroidery. Attach it to the embroidery machine. Now for a hooping tip on using plastic for a topping.
To remove the shrinkable plastic topping after the embroidery is complete, tear away as much of the plastic as possible. You will notice that some small fragments still remain. Simply set a home iron on its hottest temperature and quickly touch it to the plastic. The plastic will disappear.
Using the personal hooper in the same position, we will now hoop a formal dinner napkin for embroidery. Fold the napkin diagonally like this, finger pressing the fabric to form a well-defined crease. Set the napkin aside. Again, hoop a sheet of self-adhesive tearaway backing and remove the release paper. Position the napkin on the work surface, lining up the crease with the center groove. Now for another hooping tip.
When embroidering a full table setting of formal napkins, we need to make sure the position of the embroidery remains the same on all of the napkins. I like to place a small colored signal dot, available at most office supply stores, on the center groove of the work surface so that each napkin corner can be lined up uniformly. A pencil mark as a point of reference works just as well.
Smooth the fabric gently to attach it to the backing. Release the hoop napkin from the work surface. Your napkin is now ready for embroidery. Next, we'll hoop a quilt square. Again, we will use a self-adhesive backing. Gently fold the square into fourths and finger press a crease so you can determine a center point on the square. Unfold the square so it is folded only in half. Position the halved quilt square into the center of the hoop. Unfold the material and smooth gently so that it adheres to the backing. Remove the hooped fabric from the work surface. Your quilt square is now ready for embroidery. See how easy it is to hoop with the personal hooper? The personal hooper. It's one great hooping work surface.
Not so fast, Todd. The personal hooper has two great work surfaces.
Oh, sorry, Ruth. The personal hooper. Two great hooping work surfaces. Side one of the personal hooper is perfect in every respect for the hooping of jackets and shirts. However, certain applications require a specialized hooping device. Side 2 is designed with two different sized, versatile, angled work surfaces. A narrow free arm surface is provided for the hooping of smaller items, such as shirt sleeves, pant legs, bags, bag pockets, and baby clothes. It can be used whenever a small hooping surface is desired. Side 2 of the personal hooper makes hooping in the hard-to-reach areas easy. The wider free arm surface on the personal hooper is used for embroidering above pockets on golf and dress shirts, pant legs, shirt cuffs, and infant or toddler wear. Hooping garments on side 2 of the personal hooper is as fast and easy as it is on side 1. Let's take a few minutes and show you just how simple it really is. We'll begin by hooping a golf shirt sleeve. It will require a backing, so let's use the self-adhesive cutaway variety. This method allows the most embroidery space and enables us to embroider a design very close to the cuff of the shirt. First, place the outer hoop in the hoop-holding accessory as outlined in the accessories instruction manual. Next, hoop a piece of self-adhesive backing. Remove the release paper. Check the fold crease of the sleeve to assure yourself that it's folded correctly to provide an accurate center point for your design. If not, refold the shirt and create a new crease that is accurately centered. Then, slide the shirt sleeve over the workboard, positioning the sleeve over the hoop. Match the crease of the sleeve to the centering line on the personal hooper work surface. Horizontal reference lines and holes provide a great guide to the correct positioning of garments on the work surface. Adding a piece of colored tape will also provide an easy reference. Now, smooth the fabric gently into the hoop, attaching it to the backing. Carefully remove the hoop from the work surface so as not to disturb the area attached to the backing. Place 2 pins, one on each side, to hold the sleeve in place. Gently turn the shirt sleeve inside out to embroider. Now for a hooping tip for small lettering.
Adding a water-soluble topping will improve the quality of small lettering and details on knit garments. The topping keeps the embroidery on the surface of the fabric. It can be easily removed by steaming when the embroidery is complete.
Our next project is a shirt that requires above pocket embroidery. When embroidering in this area, it is important that the embroidery follows the top edge of the pocket. At the time of manufacture, pockets are often sewn on garments crookedly. Our eyes have a tendency to follow the line of the pocket rather than the straight of the shirt. Now, let's begin. Hoop a sheet of cutaway self-adhesive backing into the hoop. Remove the release paper from the backing. To help you visualize how the garment will be positioned, we will place a pocket and an embroidery sample within the hoop. Position the outer hoop on the workboard so that the embroidery will fit above the selected reference line on the work surface. The top edge of the pocket will be at the reference line. Measure the length of the top of the pocket. Cut a length of colored paper or tape and center it above the reference line on the work surface. You will need this to position the shirt's pocket when it is turned inside out. Watch carefully as we position the shirt on the personal hooper. First, fold the shirt at the top of the pocket so that you're looking at the inside of the shirt. You can feel the pocket edges from the inside of the shirt. Place each thumb on opposite ends of the pocket's top edge. Holding the pocket in this position, carefully line up the top edge to the reference line on the personal hooper. Center the pocket so that it is immediately below the paper and centered to the paper area. Firmly press down the pocket onto the self-adhesive backing. With the pocket firmly attached, gently smooth out the remainder of the shirt, being careful not to distort the shirt. Now for a hooping tip.
Even though self-adhesive or a sprayed backing holds the fabric in position against the hoop, I sometimes like to add pins for a little extra security. These pins reduce the chance that the garment will shift during the embroidery process.
The shirt is now ready for embroidery. Now that we've mastered above pocket hooping, let's do something simple. For a truly sophisticated look, let's add embroidery to a dress shirt cuff. Begin by hooping a piece of self-adhesive tearaway backing. Remove the release paper. Refer to the personal hooper's placement guide for the correct positioning of the embroidery on the dress shirt's cuff. Mark this placement on your shirt with a stick pin. Line up the shirt cuff to the center groove and the horizontal line within the sewing area of your hoop. Press the shirt cuff to the self-adhesive backing. Position the embroidery so that the bottom of the letters are 1/4 inch above the top stitching of the shirt cuff. Remove the shirt from the work surface. For security, you may want to add 2 stick pins. Let's try hooping a bag. Start by positioning the outer hoop on the workboard. Attach a piece of double-sided stick tape below the hoop to hold the backing. Attach a piece of tearaway backing to the tape. Mark the center of the bag by measuring across its front. Slide the bag over the workboard, lining up the center mark with the center of the workboard. Use the horizontal lines to correctly position the bag. Insert the inner hoop. Your bag is now ready for embroidery. The advent of the computerized home embroidery machine has revolutionized the ever-popular decoration of infant and toddler wear. The advent of the personal hooper has made this craft just a little easier. Let's hoop a toddler t-shirt. The shirt will require a backing. Begin by hooping a piece of self-adhesive cutaway backing. Slide the shirt over the work surface upside down. The neck of the shirt will be facing toward you. Press the shirt onto the backing. Remove the shirt from the work surface. Again, add a couple of stick pins to secure the shirt to the backing. Clear the excess shirt material away from the area that will receive the embroidery. Since we hoop this garment upside down, don't forget to mirror the embroidery design before embroidering. Another popular item for infants or toddlers are sleepers. Again, we will be doing this upside down. Hoop a piece of self-adhesive cutaway backing. Position the sleeper within the sewing area of the hoop so that the zipper lines up with a row of vertical holes. Press the sleeper to the backing. Remove the hoop sleeper from the work surface. Don't forget, mirror the design. Your sleeper is now ready for embroidery. You've seen how easy it is to hoop many items on the Personal Hooper hooping system. The two hooping surfaces on the unit combine to give you a hooping experience that is truly second to none. It's like we said, we are quick, easy, and accurate.
I would like to personally thank you for taking the time to view this video. It is my hope that it provided you with useful information that you can utilize in your day-to-day embroidery projects. In this video, we demonstrated how the Personal Hooper can make the hooping of garments and other items quicker, easier, and certainly more accurate. If you should have any questions about any of the procedures we covered in this video, or would like more information about the Perfect Hooper family of products, or have questions about embroidery in general, give me a call. I'm always glad to be of help. May your hooping be quick and your embroidery be perfect.